Are you going to high school next year? Well, guess what? I just finished my first year of high school and I'm going to teach you guys how to survive it because it is absolutely chaos. This is a step to step guide on how to survive high school by me. Personally, it's a different experience for everyone. Based on most storytime animations I've seen about people doing freshman year, they say it's absolutely horrible and it's chaos. But to me, it wasn't that bad. But this video is mostly for entertainment only, so what I'm saying here might not be very accurate to your own experience in high school. So yeah. 1. Stay organized. This is something everyone will probably tell you. I remember on my first day of school, teachers kept telling me, hey, keep an agenda to stay organized and stuff. And they weren't joking. My workload by the second month was packed. Some homeworks were due for the next day or the day after that, but it was hard to tell because my school ran on a 9-day cycle, so the calendar was different every week. So if they tell you to stay organized, stay organized. That's literally the only advice I have for you. Keep an agenda or whatever, or just plan your day in your mind. I don't care. As long as you can follow along all the work, then you should be fine. 2. Activities. If you want to do after school activities like join a sports team, be in the music band like me, join a club or whatever, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure to not do too many or else you won't have a lot of time to study. And when you don't have a lot of time to study, you get bad grades. And bad grades lead to, well, you know what happens next, which is what topic 3 is. Grades. So something that isn't talked about enough and should be talked about a bit more in my opinion is about the grades. So at the start of the year, your grades are probably going to be like a roller coaster. One class can make them very high and the other can make them drop down by like 50%. So when you start high school, expect your grades to be a bit whack. They progressively got better as my year went on, and I got used to my teachers' correcting methods until my teachers changed. I don't know what happened to them. They got diseases or something, and they plummeted again. So something most teachers won't tell you is that if you're already a very performance student, don't expect straight A's when you're starting high school because obviously you're going to be disappointed with the results at the start of the year. 4. Friends. If you're changing schools to a whole new different school and you're worried about making friends, don't even worry about that. I didn't change schools when I moved to high school, but I was put in a different class than the rest of my friends since we all joined different courses. All my friends joined a course called science course and I joined the art course because I'm an artist. And a lot of the kids in my new class were from different schools, so they were also trying to make new friends. Even the kids who came from the same elementary school that's connected to the high school of my school wanted to make new friends. It only took a simple, hello, wanna be friends? And most people got along. Just be careful to not be friends with the wrong person. It's hard to tell at the start of the year because everyone's trying to be nice. And it also depends on your school. 5. Older kids. I didn't script this, so I'm going to have to improvise. Yay. I remember when I was like starting high school, I thought that the older kids were so cool and stuff like that. No, they make out in the bathroom and they put very personal stuff in your lockers, and the older kids look up the freshman year girls' skirts. The higher ups too. So be careful about them. I have no other advice to give on school overall besides do your assignments, don't be a teacher's pet because no one likes a teacher's pet and that will be your reputation for the rest of the year. And if popular girls block the bathroom, stage drive them. How to study. It's something that I think will be useful for any of you future high schoolers. Like I said earlier, keep yourself organized and keep track of time or else you'll flop on your exams. Like some of my friends. Okay. Try your best to organize, and I say try because during my first semester, I thought I was doing well until my second semester where I just gave up. Burnout. Then I had to lock in for my finals for the semester because of my finals. So I'm gonna tell you a few study methods that might work for you, but then again, study methods work differently for everyone. They also work for different subjects. Whenever you want to start studying for an upcoming exam, do not reread and highlight your notes unless it's for tiny details that you miss. Rewriting them down is also not going to work. If you want to write them down, your notes, because the paragraph you're studying doesn't make sense, write them in a brief and easy summary. If you're studying for subjects like English, math, art, music, or any other language you learn at your school, like Spanish, the best way to study for them is to use them a lot. Read books in English or any language you suck at. Have ChatGPT give you exercises and practice them until you understand them. All that stuff. As for stuff like geography, science, and history, there are a lot of effective study methods on YouTube you can use. I personally like to grab a paper, review the notes, then make questions on the notes, and answer them as best as I can by memory. I think it's called the paper method or whatever. I forgot. I correct my mistakes and redo everything again until I can remember all of them correctly. For my notes, like I said before, I like to note everything in short summaries that are easy to remember. Don't spend 5 minutes making cute astig notes and drawing on them or whatever. You're just wasting time. If you have an exam the next day that you have no idea existed until the last minute, the best thing you can do is active recall. I don't know what to tell you. Organize your time, that way you can fit time to study. Study in the car, bus, the minute you get to school. Do the paper thing I said before where you write questions, answer them correct. That's what I did when I had an exam in an hour and I didn't know what to do, so I just did that and I got 78. Higher than most of my grade. I don't know how. I did it all in geography class. Prioritize sleep, good meals, and rest, or else you'll be studying for nothing. And that's pretty much it. Good luck surviving high school. You're on your own.